Fellow Drops fans, today we have a special selection from Colombia. ILSE Coffee brings us Edil Quinayás' coffee, the first time that his coffee has been sold internationally. Let's get into it. Hello, fellow Drops fans, fellow fans, and people of the internet. My name is Haley. I am your local resident Q-grader and your brew guide, coming at you live from fellow San Francisco storefront and playground, the Pink Grey Room studio in our storefront and playground in San Francisco. Here to talk to you about a Colombia coffee, a washed Colombia coffee that is from ILSE Coffee Roasters out of New Haven, Connecticut. This coffee was produced by Edil Quinayás in Colombia, and this is the first time that he is selling his coffee on the international stage, right? So this is the first time that this coffee is available in the US, which I think is pretty dang special. But before I get into why this coffee is so cool, or more of why this coffee is so cool, let's get into how I'm brewing it. So I'm using 23 grams of coffee in, so 350 grams out for this washed Colombia. I am brewing at 203 degrees Fahrenheit, so a little bit cooler than 205. I ground at 4.1 on Ode plus SSP burrs, which is about a 3.1 on Ode Gen 2. All other grind setting conversions can be found on our brew guide video. This is the brew guide video. On our brew guide blog post, which is linked in the description of this brew guide video. I bloomed at 50 grams for 40 seconds, broke bloom and went up to 150. I'm about to pour, in a spiral pour of course, up to 250 grams. And then I'm going to finish by pouring up to 350 grams. After the last pour, I will do 5, try not to go any more than 5 gentle swirls. The point of agitation in this brew is not to pull too much more out, more than getting everything soaking evenly while also pulling just a tiny bit more. This coffee has plenty of body and viscosity already, so you don't really need to help it along much more. And also we are grinding at a medium, leaning into medium finer setting, so you don't want to over agitate. All right, gonna do my last pour up to 350 grams. And once that last pour is done, remember you're gonna wait until the water level goes down about halfway before you do those 5 gentle swirls. So now that we have talked about how I brewed this coffee, let's get into how it tastes. It is a washed Pink Bourbon variety, secretly my favorite variety currently. It's got a nice grapefruit kind of medium to high intensity acidity, but it's totally balanced within the overall flavor of this coffee. So I wouldn't say necessarily that it's acidity forward. It just has a nice present acidity. There's a lot of pink fruit going on, a lot of red fruit, specifically cranberry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super gentle. Really nice sweetness, kind of a tartness, but very pleasant. Super complex but balanced. Very viscous. That nice present body and mouthfeel that you would expect from a Pink Bourbon variety. Again, this is really cool because it's the first time that Edil Quinayás is selling his coffee on the international stage or in the US market, and we couldn't be happier to partner with ILSE Coffee. Again, they're based out of New Haven, Connecticut. Couldn't be more excited to partner with ILSE in bringing this wonderful Colombia from Edil to you Drops fans and also to the US for the first time. It's not often that we get to do something like this in Drops, and it's truly special. As always, it is easy to order from Fellow Drops. All you have to do is text us back the number of coffees you want, number of bags you want, 1, 2, 5, however many, and we will send you that amount of coffee. If you don't want coffee this week, don't text us back and we won't send you any unnecessary coffee or charge you. We will just text you next week with another delicious, curated selection. As always, I have been and will continue to be Haley, your local resident Q-grader and your brew guide. Thank you so much for joining me this week for this week's brew guide video, and I will see you next week for the next brew guide video. See ya!